Samuel Ferreira, the president of the class of 2014, will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I probably should have prepared you before then. Please stay standing. Next, Jonathan Zalaski, a member of the class of 2014, will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now you could sit down. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Brian Falcone, and I'm the principal here at Terryville High School. This evening, I welcome you to the graduation exercise of the Terryville High School class of 2014. This evening, we extend a warm welcome to our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Eleanor Cruz, our Mayor, Mr. David Merchant, our Chief of Police, Ms. Karen Krasicki, and our keynote speaker for this evening, Dr. Paula Pomanowski Collins. I would next like to introduce our Board of Education members. They volunteer countless number of hours of their own time for the good of your children and the students in Plymouth and Terryville. We have our Chairman of the Board of Education, Mr. Raymond Engel. We have Mr. Patrick Perugino, Mr. Anthony Orsini, Mr. Daniel Gentile, Ms. Karen Colessa, Mr. Christopher Goodwin, Mrs. Melissa Johnson, Mr. Michael Melchiona, and Ms. Roxanne McCann. Thank you for your support, your dedication, and your hard work. In addition, I'd like to welcome Ms. Amy Racky, our assistant principal, my fellow administrators, the Terryville High School faculty, parents, family members, and special guests. This evening, 119 members of our senior class will be receiving their diplomas from Terryville High School. This diploma signifies that they've fully met the requirements for graduation set by the Plymouth Board of Education and the state of Connecticut. The Terryville High School diploma also represents the culmination of 4 years of study, participation in athletics, activities, and service to the community. In their time at Terryville High School, our seniors have excelled in each of these areas. I'd like to take a few minutes to share some of our senior accomplishments. In the realm of academics, we have 25 seniors on stage tonight who have graduated with an average of 90 or greater. We have 13 that have graduated with a 95 or greater. And for the first time since I've been the principal, we have 5 students who have graduated with an average of 100 or greater due to the weighting of grades. Thanks to this amazing community and local and statewide businesses, we've awarded over $230,000 in one-time and renewable scholarship money to various members of our senior class. We have 19 seniors on stage who are members of the National Honor Society, and 3 of our seniors took the trip of a lifetime this April, heading 10 days to Japan to see Kyoto, Tokyo, and Hiroshima. We have students going to schools such as, and it's quite a long list, and I want to try to get as many as I can in, so bear with me. Endicott College, the University of Maine, Boston College, University of Pittsburgh, Bay Path College, University of New Hampshire, Springfield College, Sacred Heart University, University of Rhode Island, Roger Williams University, the University of Hartford, Wentworth Institute of Technology, Curry College, Concordia College, Unity College, Daniel Webster College, Western, Eastern, Central, and Southern Connecticut State Universities, as well as UConn. I'm sorry. We have 1 senior, and this is something that is very impressive as well, who is enlisted in the Marines. We have 4 that have enlisted in the Navy, and 2 that have enlisted in the Air Force. That is the largest group since I've been the principal as well. This is also a new record. We have 65 seniors who are graduating this year with 3 or more college credits. We have 34 seniors that have scored on the goal or advanced range on all areas of the CAP testing. And we have 15 seniors up on stage who have more than 100 hours of community service. We have 3 that have over 500 hours of community service. And we have 1 student that has over 2,000 hours of community service. In sports, we won the Berkshire League Championship in boys basketball, and our wrestling team went to the state finals. All right. We had 7 Berkshire League All-Star seniors, 2 in boys basketball, 1 in baseball, 1 in softball, and 3 in wrestling. We had 7 Berkshire League Scholar athletes as well, and 2 Connecticut State Scholar athletes. Finally, we had 2 students in the boys basketball team that were named to All-State, as well as 1 girls softball player to All-State. In both performing and fine arts, we had 60% of our seniors, that's 6 out of 10, participate in our drama club. They have put in numerous performances throughout their 4 years at Terryville High School, including 3 shows this year: Noise is Off, Seussical the Musical, and of course, our spring extravaganza. In addition, 5 drama club students this year attended Walt Disney World's Broadway Theater Education Program in Florida this past April. Our music program includes 40% of this year's senior class, with many of our talented seniors being selected to the prestigious Berkshire League Music Festival. Over the past 4 years, our senior music program has performed in dozens of exciting destinations, including Boston, Virginia Beach, Ocean City, New Haven, and they even marched down Fifth Avenue in New York City. Our graduating choral students will leave knowing that they received the highest performance score of all 5 Connecticut schools in the North American Music Festival. And our band leaves a lasting legacy, knowing they've led the largest marching band in our school's history with 72 members. These graduating band students have won awards in the Best Marching Band category all 4 years at Terryville High School, and most recently won first place in the 2014 Festival of Music competition. For these accomplishments, and there are dozens and dozens more that I could not mention just for comfort, and I know that you want to see your children walk across stage sometime this evening, we couldn't be more proud of our seniors and how they represented our town, community, and our school. To the class of 2014, I know you're all very excited tonight. You have officially finished your 2,340th day of school. And in the 13 years it took you to do that, you're finally getting your high school diploma. But with this accomplishment, you're now considered adults, and you're going to start the next phase in your life. But before you take the first step in the next chapter of your life, I want you to think about the following quote from Sharon Alfonsi, an Emmy-winning journalist from 60 Minutes. Sharon said, "Your life has chapters complete with crazy characters, villains, and a plot you can't even imagine as you sit here today. It's a lot like a Scooby-Doo episode." So I wanted to put something you could relate to. And Sharon's exactly right. You'll find through your adult journey that life is not always going to follow your plan, and that people will be competing for the same things that you desire, and there are absolutely no shortcuts to success. Even after this evening, no matter where your future plans are, you must create a plan for success for yourself. You must work hard, set goals, take risks, do not blame others, do not make excuses, do not give up, and most importantly, be nice to everyone. Since you began your schooling 13 years ago, your parents, teachers, coaches, and mentors have worked hard to provide you with the tools necessary to be successful and to make good decisions. So when you feel your life turning into that Scooby-Doo episode, again, something you can refer to, look back on the advice you were given and turn to people who have supported you to help you stay on the path of success. And if I've been with you for a number of years now, just remember this: you determine the path of your own success and the choices you make and the way you decide to live your life. If you don't believe me, in the wise words of Dr. Seuss, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who'll decide where to go. Class of 2014, I've been working with you for 7 years. It's been a long time. And over that time, I've watched you transition from elementary school to middle school, from middle school to high school, and now from high school to adulthood. And in watching you grow over the years, I can honestly say that I could not be more proud of how you've all matured and how amazing and respectful you have all become. And you're truly, truly good people. And I couldn't be more proud of that. Now, I'd love to give you all the credit, and I'm sure you'd love to take all the credit. But it's your parents, teachers in this community which should be commended for how much they truly care about you. They're the ones who have supported you through all the highs and lows in your youth. So after this evening's ceremony, please take a second and thank the people who have impacted your life, who have made a difference and contributed to who you are today. And finally, class of 2014, it's been a privilege and honor being your principal. And on behalf of the faculty at Terryville High School and the administration at Terryville High School, congratulations and best of luck in the future. Thank you. Next, I have the distinct privilege to introduce the Honorable David Merchant, Mayor of Plymouth.
Thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be here tonight, and on behalf of a proud community, I want to say congratulations to every one of the graduates tonight. You guys have worked hard to get here, and this is a great accomplishment for you, and this is a special night for you. But it's also a milestone night in your life, because this is a night that when you leave this room tonight and you walk out into that world, you know, these last 12 years, you've been raised by your parents, you've been helped by your teachers, you've been taught right, you've been taught wrong, you've been taught good, you've been taught bad. When you walk out that door tonight, it's all about you. It's all about you and where you're going to travel, what road you're going to travel on to success. I can tell you a short story about a young man that is and has become an inspiration in my life. And he's a young man from Terryville. I knew him since he was this big. He was a young kid. I worked with him when he was young. I worked with him in all his baseball throughout his life and into high school. I coached him in American Legion baseball. And when he graduated here at Terryville High School, he graduated #1 in his class. #1 in his class. Left here, went on to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, where now your classmates are the best of the best in the country. Greg graduated #1 in his class at West Point. After flight school, he went to Afghanistan, went to Iraq, and had a couple of commands over there as a Black Hawk Squadron commander. He came back, and he was married at West Point. I was at his wedding, and I'll never forget the day of his wedding, the morning of his wedding. I got up, and my wife and I were going to walk out to breakfast, and I'm standing outside the door in my Docker shorts and my golf shirt and my completely out-of-shape body underneath it, and here comes Greg around the corner, built like a rock, and he just finished his 10-mile run that he does every day of his life. And I said, you know, how do you do that? How do you get how do you do that every day? You know, and he looked at me, and I'll never forget that moment when he looked at me and he said, Coach, it's all about commitment. I'll never forget that. He had a couple of commands, and then later on he attended the U.S. Naval Test Pilot School in Maryland. This is one of the most prestigious schools in the world. Countries send their best pilots to this school. Every astronaut that we have ever had has graduated from this school. There are pictures around the wall down there. Greg graduated #1 in his class. I was down there last summer, and he is now the first Army officer ever to command that school. He is now the commander of that school. And I say that to you because Greg commits his life to excellence every day. And that's where his success comes in, because he doesn't let a day go by without excellence leading the way. He sent me a short note there for my inauguration back in November, and when he did, it's a simple thing. He says, Coach, never forget that excellence is not a resting position. And I'm saying that to you now because he sat right in this chair here a few years ago. He's in the same spot that you are. You're at the starting gate right now. You walk out that door and it starts. And where you go depends on the commitment level that you make. And remember something else here. You've only got one shot at this. You can't go out there and do something for 4 or 5 years and say, wait, I want to come back and get in the starting seat again and have a do-over. There are no do-overs. You get one shot at this. So what I'm telling you this morning, this evening here, is to follow in those footsteps. If you're going to commit yourself to something, commit yourself to excellence every day. Commit yourself to excellence, and you're on a straight road to success, I promise you. So go through those doors tonight, make that commitment level that you need to make, and make us all proud. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Next, the essayist address will be given by Carly Picard.
Good evening. Mayor Merchant, Police Chief Krasicki, Superintendent of Schools Cruz, Mr. Falcone, Mrs. Radke, Board of Education members, Dr. Collins, administrators, faculty, parents, and graduates. Welcome to the Class of 2014 graduation ceremony. H. Jackson Brown, Jr., a New York Times best-selling author and writer of a work called Life's Little Instruction Book, once stated, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. In the end, high school boils down to 4 years, 1,460 days, 35,040 minutes. The possibilities were endless of how you spent this time. However, Following high school, we all have the opportunity to make the most of what has been given to us. Whether you're going to college, into the military, or into the workforce, we all have the freedom to follow our dreams. If you are given the opportunity to do what you love, take it. In my 4 years of high school, I have been given countless opportunities to do something I love. During my sophomore year, I was granted the opportunity to attend the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference, where I met a life-changing guest speaker, Ramsey J. Jr., whose message to never give up on myself resounded greatly with me. Also, during my time here at Terryville High School, I've been a peer mentor to various elementary school children. My experiences at Hobie and my time mentoring have directly contributed to my position here today. However, I did not get here alone. My teachers saw my potential and provided me this opportunity by nominating me to attend Hobie. This opportunity helped me gain confidence and discover my leadership potential. Additionally, without being given the opportunity to be a peer mentor, I would not have learned so much about other people. Mentoring has opened my eyes to the world by teaching me to be accepting of all types of people and to appreciate all of the small things in life. So, throughout the next journey of our lives that begins tonight, it is important that we take advantage of all the opportunities presented to us in whatever we choose to pursue. I have come to realize one other thing during these last 4 years. I have realized that many people have supported me, so I would also like to thank all of them. I recognize their role in helping me to achieve the things I have achieved. I now fully understand how important it is that you find someone to help and support you through your lives so that you may reach your full potential. Personally, I would not be here without the amazing support I have received from teachers, fellow students, and my parents. From the day I was born, my parents have pushed me to realize my potential and taught me to never give up on myself. Without your guidance and support, I would not be where I am today. Although I will miss you both next year, I know you have prepared me for what lies ahead, and for that, I thank you. To the class of 2014, thank you for making these past 12 years so memorable. Although I have known some of you for 12 years, while others only 1, it has been great seeing our class bond through the years and really come together through these last few months. We have had our ups and downs, but in the end, I know we left a positive impact on this school. So I leave you with one last thought. Enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. I hope you take this advice with you wherever your life leads, always remembering to live life to the fullest, dream with no bounds, and take the time to truly find yourself through doing what you love. I wish the best of luck to all of you. Congratulations, class of 2014. We made it. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Salutatorian of the Terryville High School class of 2014, Julia Pilarski.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for gathering here tonight for the commencement of the Terryville High School class of 2014. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Eleanor Cruz, Mayor, Mr. David Merchant, Chief of Police, Ms. Karen Krasicki, our keynote speaker, Dr. Collins, Board of Education members, Mrs. Radke, faculty, staff, family, and friends. And with sincere gratitude to our principal, Mr. Falcone. Since the 6th grade, you have been with us and guided us every step of the way. We couldn't have been as successful as we are without your support and tireless dedication. Mr. Falcone, we will miss you. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. And thank you for all that you have done for the Plymouth school system, Terryville High School, and the class of 2014. I would also like to give a special thank you to my family. I wouldn't be where I am today without your love and support. You've helped me so much, and I couldn't have made it here without you. Looking back on my 4 years in high school, I've realized how much we as a class have grown and flourished into accomplished young adults. I'm glad to have been a part of a group of students dedicated to bettering themselves inside and outside of the classroom. I am proud to say that we as a class have taken part in numerous school activities and functions, as well as community service projects within the town of Plymouth and in other communities. It has been a pleasure to spend the last 4 years with such a well-liked and accomplished class. Thank you all for making this experience so special. As much as I am grateful to have reached this point, this chapter in our lives is ending, and it's sad to have to close the book on a stage that was so comfortable and familiar. This is the place where most of us grew up, the place where we found our best friends, our mentors, people who taught us life lessons, gave us insight into this world and what opportunities are out there, and gave us the confidence and encouragement that we could do anything. Moving on is part of the journey, though, and the best that we could hope for is finding a life that makes us happy. People are convinced that in order to live a happy and successful life, they must find that top-paying job so they can get a fancy car, a big house, and designer clothes. What I have found is that success comes in many different forms. It isn't defined by the amount of money you make, but by the life you lead and the example that you set. The child who you'll be teaching every day doesn't care what kind of car you drive. The suffering patient you'll be treating doesn't care what clothes you wear. And the homeless person you'll be feeding at the local food pantry won't care how big your house is. What they care about is their needs being met. They judge you by how you present yourself and what attitude you display. If you treat them with kindness and make their day, they'll see you in the most positive light. You made a difference in their life, and that's all that matters to them. I encourage you all to, whenever possible, help someone who needs it. Be generous. Do something for someone that you can never be repaid for. It changes their life, maybe not in the largest way possible, but even in just that littlest bit so that they know someone cares. A little help goes a long way, and it stays with them for a lifetime, and that's really special. When I was 8 years old, I got this album by my favorite singer, and I remember sitting in my room on the floor with my CD player and memorizing every song on that album. I told my mom that when I grew up, I wanted to be just like her. As a child, it is wonderful to have dreams for yourself and have a good role model. However, looking back on that, I realize, even though I was too young to know at the time, one thing was wrong with what I dreamed of. It was that I wished to be exactly like someone else and to be someone that I wasn't meant to be. We often want to be other people because we don't think that we're good enough. We get caught up in these comparisons, and when we look in the mirror, we don't like what we see. And that's a problem with the world today. We are under the pressure to conform to whom society believes we should be. We are in a world that is constantly trying to make us something else. We shouldn't have to give in to that pressure. And the truth is, we don't have to. Be anything but ordinary. Be yourself and be proud of it, because it's wonderful being unique, and yourself is the best person that you could be. Jackie Robinson said, "Life isn't a spectator sport." He's right. You can't expect things to be done for you or to happen as planned, because life isn't a script. You can't predict it, and it will never turn out exactly the way you expect it to. You have to write your own story, and that's the beauty of it. Your future is open to anything that you choose. You have to make your own path and take advantage of those wonderful opportunities that you can pursue. Put yourself out there, be a leader, and give it all you have. Always stick to what you believe in, and the future will be bright. In one of his New York Times bestsellers, author Harvey Mackay states, "Nobody said life would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it." But the question that everyone asks themselves is it worth it? The relentless hours of hard work and dedication, running the extra mile, working overtime for the 3rd day in a row, staying up late to study for that last exam, taking the long, challenging climb to the top? It's worth it. It's worth anything. And hopefully all of us will eventually get to that place with a little help from our family, friends, teachers, mentors, and a little voice inside that said never give up. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2014. my pleasure to introduce to you all the Valedictorian of Terryville High School's class of 2014, Kaylee Simatowski.
I would like to welcome Mayor Merchant, Police Chief Krasicki, Superintendent of Schools Cruz, Dr. Tenney, Mr. Trudeau, Mr. Hendrick, Mr. Santagata, Mr. Falcone, Mrs. Radke, the Board of Education members, Dr. Collins, faculty, friends and family, and most importantly, the graduates of Terryville High School's class of 2014. Keep all special thoughts and memories for lifetimes to come. Share these keepsakes with others to inspire hope and build from the past, which can bridge to the future. This is a quote by Maddie Stepanek, a teenage boy whose life was cut short by muscular dystrophy and was wise beyond his years. Class of 2014, we should all look back at our high school years with the same dignity that Maddie has shown. As we move on, we will all reminisce on our high school days and hopefully look back at the time that we have spent together as some of the best days of our lives. No matter where destiny and hard work may take us, our past will always remain a fundamental part of our character. Therefore, today is a celebration where recognition is given for the success of not only the individuals within our class, but the accomplishments of our graduating class as a whole. As a class, we have excelled during our high school years. However, the path to this accomplishment has not always been the smoothest or the easiest. We have all had our own battles that could have been overwhelming, but some of us have even been told that our dreams are next to impossible. And some of us may have even been told, oh wait, I already read that part, sorry. But yet, here we are. From this, we have learned not to let another's words hold us back, because every attempt we make brings us one step closer toward our goal. There have been times when people have said that I wouldn't make it to the top of my class, and I can remember an instance when someone said that I would never amount to anything. When I look back at those remarks, I recall a quote by Joan Jett, an American musician and actress, in which she said, "If you really believe in yourself, you cannot listen to other people." That is exactly what I did. It was my perseverance and my self-assurance that brought me to where I am today. So my advice to you, when faced with words of doubt, look at these negative comments as if they're a challenge and show your true strength by showing your skeptics that their words are incorrect. I know for a fact that all of the students in this class have great potential, and that if we all believe in ourselves, then we will be capable of any goal that we can imagine. Every great feat begins with a bit of faith, and I encourage all of our graduating seniors to never lose hope. Pierce Brosnan, an Irish actor, film producer, and environmentalist, noted when asked about the key to his success that when people don't believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. On another note, I cannot help but recognize that this class has come a long way, not only in our schooling, but in the transformation of character. We have molded ourselves into mature, intelligent, and respectable young adults. Recognizing that we did not walk this path alone, it is proper at this time to also recognize those who have helped us along the way. The class of 2014 has not needed to worry about a lack of support, as shown by the vast amount of people within this auditorium today. With our confident disposition and the support of our loved ones, all of us have succeeded and will continue to have the ability to succeed. This transformation would not have been possible without the influence of those who have been there for us through it all. At this time, I would like to congratulate not only the graduates, but those who have helped the members of this class to be where they are today. Each and every student in this auditorium has friends, family members, and teachers who have helped them to succeed. Today, we not only recognize the feats of the graduates, but the support systems that have been there for us. I can honestly say that I am proud to have spent the last 4 years with the students within this auditorium. You are bright and intelligent and have overwhelming academic potential, as well as a drive to help others. It is for this reason that I thoroughly believe that the future is in great hands. Gloria Estefan is a Cuban-born American singer-songwriter, actress, and entrepreneur who arrived in the United States when her family fled from Cuba as a result of the Cuban Revolution. She was surprised by the multitude of opportunities that were available for the American citizens and is quoted as saying, "In the United States, if you believe in yourself and you are determined and persevere, you are going to succeed." As I look at these graduating seniors, I see nothing but strength, courage, and integrity, which are all astounding qualities to have. With these qualities, the members of this class need not worry about any trivial fears about the future, because we are all headed towards success in a country that offers such vast opportunities. I would once again like to congratulate the graduating seniors, their families, and friends on reaching this great milestone, which will prove to be only one of the many memorable accomplishments made by the members of this class. We finally made it. Thank you.
You didn't do that for me. Next, we will hear from Mr. Raymond Engel, the Chairman of the Board of Education.
Good evening, parents, administrators, Mayor Merchant, other dignitaries, and most of all, welcome students, soon to be young adults. Probably in about a half an hour or so. Okay. Some administrator had asked me to give a little short piece of advice here, and he said keep it very short. So we'll do that this evening. The thing is, what do we talk about when we're up here? We're not going to talk about the board of it. We're going to talk about the students. This is about the students. It's about you. It's about your accomplishments. I get choked up, and it's only because I've watched probably about 6 or 8 of these young students in my neighborhood grow up becoming adults. So I apologize, but if I get a little shaky, it's because I get emotional. I'm going to give you one little piece of advice, and about every 8 weeks I have to view this video that I watched that Steve Jobs gave at the commencement in Stanford. And in that video, he said, whatever you do, live today like today is your last day. Now, if you stop and think about it, this was prior to him knowing that he was passing away from cancer. Live today like it's your last day, because you never know. Having said that, I'm going to pass the baton to the superintendent. Congratulations, class.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to parents, guardians, family members, friends, special guests, our dignitaries, our Board of Education members, classroom teachers, support staff, Mr. Keene and the wonderful band. How about a round of applause for them, please? And our graduating class. I'm so proud of you. So proud. I have had the joy and honor of watching these students perform, debate, win and lose great contests. All of this has prepared them, hopefully, for the next step in their lives. It's inevitable that you as students, now young adults, will face obstacles and disappointments in your life, but you're going to reach deep, and you're going to find that fortitude to go forward. Be fearless, have the courage to take risks, test your courage and your character, because it is those qualities in life that are most important. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is not effort without error and shortcomings, but who does actually strive to do the deed. Who knows the great enthusiasm, the great devotion, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place will never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory or defeat. So have the courage to seek the truth and speak the truth. Stand up for the underdog and stand up against intolerance, even if your voice is heard alone. And have the courage to accept the fact that you're not perfect. Nothing is and no one is, and that's really okay. We love you and we wish you the best. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Amy Radke, the assistant principal and former RU here at Terryville High School. You will see how important that'll be to you one day. It is with great honor that I introduce our keynote speaker this evening. This young woman and her siblings attended school at or about the same time that I did. In fact, her mom taught world language at our high school for many years. Dr. Paula Pominowski Collins graduated from Terryville High School as valedictorian of the class of 1982. She received a Bachelor of Science degree in physics from Pennsylvania State University and continued on to graduate studies at the University of Pittsburgh. She received her PhD in 1994 for her research on charm quark production at CERN, the European Center for Nuclear Research in Geneva, Switzerland. Dr. Collins continued her research in particle physics as a postdoctoral associate at the Cornell University Synchrotron Laboratory. In 1998, Dr. Collins became a member of the technical staff at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's Lincoln Laboratory. In the years since, she has led projects to develop and evaluate a broad range of technologies. She has worked in locations ranging from the Mojave Desert and Alaska's interior region for the U.S. Army and to ocean depths on a nuclear submarine for the U.S. Navy. Dr. Collins is currently on assignment for Lincoln Laboratory to the U.S. Transportation Command and resides with her husband, Dr. John Collins, in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Collins, as I alluded earlier, is the daughter of Maria Pominowski and the late Edward Pominowski. Please give a warm welcome to our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Collins, as I invite her to speak to all of you to the podium.
Hello, everyone. Superintendent Cruz, Principal Falcone, Vice Principal Radke, and especially Mr. Bob Nave, thank you so much for inviting me to speak on such a momentous day. There are many measures of success, but returning to your hometown to speak at your high school's commencement rates way up there. Terryville High School class of 2014, it is truly an honor to be here, and I'll do my best to provide you with some useful insight to send you on your way. When I graduated with the class of 1982, and yeah, that's over 30 years ago now, I gave what I thought was a truly inspiring valedictorian speech on the stage of the old Terryville High School, and it was great to see Kaylee's speech today and all the other speeches as well. So thank you for giving your fabulous speeches. Since that time, I have given many talks around the country and around the world on my research on particle physics, and then more recently on technology, research and development efforts for the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's Lincoln Laboratory. This success is something I never imagined when I was graduating from Terryville High School. All I knew at that point was that I wanted to study physics. Physics, as you know, is one of the STEM subjects, which are science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Some of you may make a career that requires advanced STEM education, but many of you will not, and you will go on to have rewarding careers. So this isn't a sales pitch. What I want to do is speak to you all about the great practical benefits of learning as much as you can about these subjects, no matter what you do. And luckily for you, you all live in an age and place where you have almost boundless opportunities to continue learning, where accurate, relevant, and free information is never further away than the phone that you have on you right now. Why is STEM-focused learning so important? Simply put, all of us live in a world that requires some familiarity with STEM subjects to stay employable, to remain integrated into our society, to manage our personal health, even to protect our civil rights. Learning about technology is easy to rationalize, so let's start with that one. You may never work in technology development, which employs many STEM graduates. But with the amazing rate that developers produce new devices and web services for us to integrate into our lives, we all need skills to help us make the best choices on where to spend our time and our money. In my field, we use the term systems analysis to refer to the process of carefully evaluating how well an emerging technology will solve a certain need. Systems analysis is something we need to do nearly every day. So here's an example. Do I really need that new iPhone coming out tomorrow, or is last year's model still good enough? Or is an Android phone better? So while these can humorously be called first world problems, you still need to decide. Developing your knowledge of technology and your skill at systems analysis will help you explore in a non-emotional way what will work best for you before you invest in it. It's natural to want that new and shiny and often very expensive toy that everyone else has, but it's good to weigh your enthusiasm against an honest assessment of how well it fills your needs. Through systems analysis, you can make an informed decision. Let's look at mathematics. Your suspicion is correct. You may never, ever need to do an algebra problem again in your life. But your training so far will serve you well because math describes so much of what is hidden in the world around you. Have you ever wondered how Google can search billions of web pages in seconds to find something you're interested in? If you really want to know, then you'll need to learn more algebra, specifically something called advanced linear algebra. Or have you ever wondered how Facebook figures out people you might know? You may be surprised to learn that the answer has a lot to do with something called graph theory. Developers have done amazingly clever things by applying advanced mathematics to what we now call big data. That's the debris of all of our interactions with the internet and our credit cards. It is up to us all, though, to understand what is being done with this private data about us, even if we aren't sure how it is being done, and ensure that our privacy and our civil rights are being protected. On a more personal level, do you really understand how much less you'll pay for your house someday if you make an extra payment each year? If you do and follow through, you may find yourself $100,000 richer 30 years from now, but you'll still be paying off your credit card if you only pay the minimum payment each month. So learn a little bit more about statistics, about probability, about accounting. This can have a profound impact on your quality of life. However, I feel it is most important to maintain an up-to-date understanding of the basics of science, particularly biology. Advances in health, safety, and nutrition make it very possible that you, along with many of your classmates, will live to see your 100th birthday. But that is much more likely to happen if you make informed decisions informed by an understanding of your own body. You need to actively manage yourself by understanding the health impact of your lifestyle and dietary choices, and then choose and act on appropriate course corrections when things go off nominal. This active management will help you to do amazing things in life. Can you imagine running a marathon when you were 100 years old? You wouldn't be the first. A man named Fauja Singh did this, and he ran his first one when he was 89. These things are possible, and it's never too late to start. So if you can expect to live to be 100, then you very well should be concerned about whether there will be 100 years of sufficient global resources available to you. The population of the world keeps growing, but the world isn't getting any bigger. So the very question of whether our planet can continue to sustain life depends in a large degree on the demands that we all put on the environment. And the first step to ensuring that the planet will still be there for you and for your children and their children is to understand how your choices, what you choose to eat, the activities you engage in, the resources you choose to use, affect the world around you. I personally am confident that the world can be there for everyone living 100 years from now and beyond, but only if we change our demands on our environment and change our environment's response to our demands. This can only come about if we leverage the advances in biology and physical sciences that will be made by you and others of your generation. The thread through all of this is that the application of STEM knowledge will help you to chart a successful course through many of the life challenges you will face going forward. This knowledge will turn you from being a passive participant in life to an active participant in shaping your life and the life of all of us. But you are already well on your way. The fact that you are all sitting here today means that you have already achieved something significant. You have obtained a good basic level of education, and you certainly understand the world a lot better now than you did on the first day that you walked into Terryville High School. While you have done great work, you owe your knowledge to your interactions with your educators, your teachers, your parents, your family, your friends, and you should be very grateful for them. I would like to personally thank the Terryville Public School faculty who set me on my career path, especially my mom, retired language teacher Maria Pomianowski, who taught me Spanish. Her excellent teaching had a huge influence on the development of my ability to absorb very complex, rigorously framed material, and I'm very thankful. As you leave here today, my best advice to you is to always keep learning. In the years that lie ahead of you, the sources of your knowledge about the world need not be other teachers. They may be books and websites you critically read, the world you analytically observe, new opportunities you seek out for yourselves. Never stop being curious about what is out there to learn, and continue to integrate new knowledge to actively manage your course to success. Thank you.
We are now going to have a musical number from our seniors in the band and the chorus.
truth. And I
Here I am, we're back. Anybody remembers that movie? It just makes you want to jump off the stage, and I don't think anybody would catch me, though, so that would be a problem. And now, what we've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas this evening. Kaylee Marie Sematowski. Julia Nadine Pilarski. Carly Rose Picard. Luke Thomas Boylan. Colin Edward Brown. Jessica Cook Covello. Cezanne Dowdy. Bailey Ashlyn Duran. Samuel Joseph Ferrara. Jacob Michael Johnson. Karen Nicole Littow. Over here. Jennifer Marie Luba. Kristen Mackenzie Mazzini. Autumn Lynn Mulcahy. Olivia Nadine Pilarski. Brandon John Rinaldi. Adam Michael Romano. Michelle Yanina Seeds. Tyler Frederick Trillo. Wildy Tyler Aubin. Samantha Arlene Clift. Joseph Andrew Farley. Joseph Michael Guanazzo. Rachel Louise Holman. Take a picture. Chelsea Elizabeth Rivard. Barbara Ann Sandino. Brandon Neal Alley. Nicole Lauren Barlow. Michaela Christine Bodwin. Airless Bebry. Ryan James Bell. Thomas Lloyd Bergeron, Jr. Brooke Mackenzie Borda. Jordan Nicole Borkowski. Colin Joseph Boucher. Garrett Andrew Brouchy. Ronnie Brock, Jr. Stephen Maskell Brown. Corey Daniel Bucas. Megan Elizabeth Butler. Jake Pierre Cabrilla. Lauren Catherine Campbell. Arda Chalik. Jacob Adam Chamberlain. Andrew Robert Chase. Elizabeth J. D'Alessandro. Isley Dingalari. Zachariah Ibrahim Dor. Taylor Jordan D'Onofrio. Zachary Edward Doty. Morgan Lynn Downey. Thomas Paul Dring, Jr. Colin Romeo Dubois. Alexander Thomas Johnson. Kyle Brian Elias. Amy Yvonne Ferrante. Rochelle Luann Frederick. Look at the camera. Gina Marie Gabinetti. Holly Lynn Geddes. Nicholas James Gergler. Juliana Marie Gonzalez. Zachary John Graham. Elizabeth Megan Graves. Ryan Thomas Hackett. Taylor Elizabeth Hall. Matthew Walter Hardesty. Carolina Havrillo. Christopher Hormoz. Jack Michael Ironimo. Gregory Terrence Ignace. Vincenzo Uliano Jr. Emily Ann Kamens. Michael Peter Kasjak Jr. Nicholas Arthur Kasjak. Ashley Marie Kaiser. Michael David Kodala. Kenny Cooley. Alexi Lynn Lamar. Brooke Nicole Lurie. Shelby Lynn Lurie. Alexander Liquar. Shay Christopher Lopez. Kevin Michael Lowell. Hao Pang Edison Liu. Seth Tyler Mador. Teresa Malushin. Kimberly Kirsten Marquis. Travis William Marshall. Pasquale Martino Jr. Brielle S. Molesky. Eric Edward Menzel. Wallace Joseph Michaud. Robert Frederick Minio. Haley Marie Mitnick. Sean Robert Monroe. Michael John Monteroso Jr. Alex David Morrell. Casera Brianna Newton. Ria Patel. Ashley Marie Plord. Tyler Roland Poulin. Justin Randall Pronovost. Jenna Lee Prisbis. Tomas Antonio Reyes. Markia Dawson Rideout. Aisha Santiago. Carolina Barreto Soares. Zachary Robert Stafford. Megan Rose Sweeney. Melissa Ann Sweeney. Ryan Tessman. Joshua James Thompson. Brooke Nicole Usher. Michaela K. Violet. Mason Nash Webster. Jacob Henry Wright. John T. Wunsch. Jonathan Edwards Lasky. Michael Sean Zimbowski. I'd like to invite our marshals back out and Sam up front. We'd like to present to you the graduating class of Terryville High School 2014.